And we're taking this out because Shani don't care. Shani really don't give a damn. Okay. Take this out. I don't know where the thingamajigger is at. Where did I put the thingamajigger? Over there. It's still Sunday, so happy Sunday. I hope you're doing well. I am the truth, and you are too. Welcome to this week's Moon Day deck pool reading. I appreciate anyone who stops by, anybody who watches, anyone who supports. I really appreciate you. Everything you need to know is in the description box of this video for you to see. My Linktree, my social media, my links to my social media, my email, the information to book a reading with me, my Venmo, my Cashapp if you would like to donate or tip, which is very much appreciated and is helpful. All the information you need to know is in the description box of this video for you to see. I'm going to be channeling the spirit guides who are supporting the collective's highest good and the highest good for this week's Moon Day deck pool reading. And if you hear any extra sounds as I do this week's Moon Day deck pool reading, I apologize in advance. I apologize in advance. Life is life, and I will handle it if it gets too much. And like, comment, share, subscribe. That's very much appreciated and is helpful as well. So yeah, let's get into this week's Moon Day deck pool reading. Let's get started, y'all. Okay. So for this week's Moon Day deck pool reading, the topic is Illusion Lifted, Truth Revealed. Whoa. The first card that we have here is the Hierophant card. The second card we have here is the King of Pentacles. The third card we have here is the Tower card. The fourth card we have here is the Wheel of Fortune. The fifth card we have here is the Page of Swords. The sixth card we have here is the Three of Cups. The seventh card we have here is the Ten of Cups. The eighth card we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. The ninth card we have here is the Page of Wands. And the 10th and last card we have here is the World card. I'm so sorry, I did not know her boobs were out here. Bottom of the deck, which is the summary of all that, you got the Hangman card. Top of the deck, you usually watching this right now, you got the Page of Cups. Give me a second. Just want to like graze through it real quick. It's interesting, and we'll get further into it, and the message could like just further or be different, but just like from glance or whatnot, something about like having like a structure, and it's something about Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And what the all the king's horsemen and they loud ass. But anyways, all the kings, whatever, and all the king's men came together to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. So something with Humpty Dumpty. And cracking, shattering, falling, and needing to put something back again. But yeah, something about structure and then like a tower or some type of tumbling. But then it's interesting because I feel like it may open up like this, there's structure, there's something here, but then I'm not sure if the structure was, if nothing was wrong with it and the tower happened, and even though nothing was wrong with the structure, the tower just gave the structure more um opportunity to restructure because the tower happened. Like even though it may have, the structure may have been good, something about the structure, something happening with about the structure, like tumbling down, but like it gives like more opportunity to like do more with the structure anyway. Also I was getting a little bit like even though I guess Saturn could be in here because the world card, I think that's the Saturn card. Um, Something about something being so structured and possibly so structured that it was too tight, and then like a tower happening and it gave like an opportunity to like open up more than being so tight of a and strict of a structure or something like that. Yeah, there's some type of structure or some type of limitation or whatnot, and then some type of crumbling or break or something that happened to that structure or foundation. And but it's like it gave opportunity to like rebuild or to add on or to better things. If this tower didn't happen, it could it could have still, it wouldn't have been an opportunity to expand it, to better it, to make something different or something like that, or to do something with it. Hold on again. Some of you may be seeing like mirroring numbers. Some of you may be seeing 2112 as a mirroring number. Maybe y'all just are seeing 2112. Some of you may be seeing 1010. There's a death and rebirth of something going on here. Some of you may be seeing 333 a lot as well. Message. Something about your environment, who you interact with, society, who you social with, mingle with. So that's it for the most part. Yeah, there's death and rebirth, and something about your social life, society, who you mingle with, who you socialize with. your environment. Some type of death and rebirth when it comes to this. And so there's something here about, I'm telling you, like some type of discipline, structure, or something like that, but something about it like broke or tumbled. But it's interesting because it opens up to like something better, better possibilities. You know what flashed in my head too is the whole thing of like White Chicks, the movie, where like, the whole time they didn't know it was the sisters. It was like the Wayne brothers who were acting like the sisters. And like instead of being like when everybody found out like, oh, they were doing undercover or whatever, the Wayans brothers were like, "Yeah, we weren't like the girls. I bet you don't want to hang out with us now." Da da da. And they're like, "No, like this is actually better because you guys are much more fun than them." So there's something about that. There's a structure or something. There's something there, a foundation, a structure, possibly in your environment around like the ones you socialize with, or whatnot, mingle with in society, or whatnot, and there's a structure and it breaks or crumbles down, but it opens up like opportunity or like it gets the wheel moving or whatnot. And to create better structure or to just like create, it gives like the room to build something new or whatnot, to structure something new. There's a definite end or whatnot. Could be something about end of a way when it comes to like who you mingle with, society, your environment. And definitely the whole 10, there's a definite end of something, but when you add one and zero, it's one, so it's the beginning again. The whole death and rebirth thing, there's something most definitely about like if something had to die to like have something else be reborn, or if it's something better needed to be born. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles here, both of them. Well, and that's the only two people here. Could be Capricorn energy. We are in Capricorn season currently still, and the fact that I was talking about structure and Saturn is the planetary ruler of Capricorn, that this could be very well be part of what it's talking about and all that stuff. It's interesting because like a little bit of what is flashing to me is one of the readings that I did, um, where there was something about like bringing about something new, but like a new way of like structure or doing something, a new tradition, or like breaking tradition, but like starting your own kind of tradition, like having something new come in, but how can we make it structured in a way? And there's something here about that. Possibly something about structure and the way it doesn't really have that here. Like there's no lover's card or two of cups, but I mean I could say that. Like they're a way of like how marriages are supposed to go, like a new tradition of how marriages are supposed to go. Something about a way of structure, something about being on top of things. And it's interesting. I'm gonna say this because this is what it makes me think about as well. Like what the world or like what the books say about what you need to do in order to be structured or traditional or routine, it could help, but you don't need to do that. You can have your own way of doing something routinely, disciplined, and structured. You don't have to do it like everybody else in order for it to be called structure or like routine. I'm getting a little bit like professional. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing to for in order for it to be called routine discipline. You something about like you can do your own thing as long as like it's in a structured way or something like that. There could be something about a way of sorry, like I said, like of marriages. There could be like a different way of like how you interact with people in a way that is very like vast or that's a lot of ways. But um give me a bit again. Oh, I missed the hangman as well. But that's what I'm saying. Like there's like a different way of doing something or structure that's coming up in this. It's very interesting. And there's like something about like the traditional way of doing it, the book way of doing it, or something like that. There's a whole, and here it is. It's all how you look at it. Again, as long as you can be disciplined, as long as you can be structured, ordered, as long as you can be, I feel like I'm getting a little bit like a consistency and it actually works. Like you don't have to follow the traditional way of things. There's something here. I mean, I'll just say that. I guess there's like something about that's interesting. A way of communicating. There's like just a new way or a new tradition or something. But there's something about a way of communicating and happiness. I'm wondering if there's some type of thing that was said to you or that you heard or something like that where it brought you joy. It brought you joy and love. It brought you joy. Something about expressions and love as well, or of emotions. What is that? Because I'm looking at the Three of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Page of Cups. I want to look at the Page of Cups real quick and see what it says for this deck. Let's go. It says start of a project, creativity, emotional intelligence, new perspectives, positive event, optimism and romanticism, intimacy. There's something about like joy and celebration and like communication. I'm wondering if you will get a communication or like being in a gathering or something like that. There's some, and I'm putting it together, but what I'm really getting here is joy. There's something about celebration, joy, socializing, um, especially socializing with like-minded people. There's joy, there's fulfillment, and all that stuff. You see, I'm seeing like a nice like get together with people like mingling, and the vibe is cool. And then there's something here about like communication because there's a lot of pages here. There's three of them except for one, there's only one that's not here. Also, there's the page of cups. So I'm thinking like communication and all that stuff. Oh, if this is the creative side, I'm gonna get to that too. There's a way that you don't have to do something creative. Structurally, or like the way that you network or you hang out with people or whatnot or do things in your creative life that you don't have to do structured, and something like breaks it down like in reality in the 3D to where it makes you just have to change your mind or your way or thinking that you have to do it this way, and it's like gives like an opportunity or some type of luck. It might be happening like tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. But like there's something about like I feel like this whole thing is saying that like it shows that you have like opportunities to make structure in your own way as long as you are consistent or you are keeping up this tradition or structure or something like that. But yeah, there's something about like and that, again it could be in love, with friends, soul family, I'm gonna say first because I don't really see like romantic that much here. So friends, soul family, or whatnot. It could be romantic, but there's something here, and I think for the most part, it is like just um social, like your friends, groups, and stuff like that. There's something about a way of expressing love too. It's very interesting that it's saying that. What does that mean? Like something about a way of like expressing your love. Um, Something about like, yeah, that. So there's three of cups, there's 10 of cups, there's page of cups. In general, what I get is like celebration, gatherings, like there's a nice vibe at a gathering, networking, talking, mingling, joy, it's a good time. And then there's something here also about like being invited to a party or or a gathering, or like being asked out, or whether it's a friend or it's not, or it's like romantic or whatnot. There's some, so, and all of that is just giving me like, different scenarios. I'm not sure some people like went to a gathering and the vibe of the gathering, you were enlightened on like, w- you were enlightened, or like the tower broke down of your reality, or of your of what you thought that like you needed, what had to be in order for mingling with others or whatnot, but it broke it. Something about like an expression of love or emotions, or like maybe you heard something or somebody told you something, or um in a conversation, you got this message of like love or whatnot, or emotions, possibly about friendship groups, soul family, familial family, and all that stuff. Something about joy and love and happiness. I feel like it doesn't have to be boxed in a certain way. Is a little bit what I'm kind of getting a little. In what ways are y'all seeing it? Like, I don't understand that. I get what they're saying, but like, in what ways does that mean? And yeah. Some of you guys could be seeing 33 a lot, maybe 533, or like, you see numbers with like 33 in it, like 133 or something 33 or 33 something. I don't know. So, y'all, this is so random. Maybe a different way of mingling when it comes to religion, you know? Yeah, there's something about that. Like something about, yeah, that is interesting. Like a traditional way of, it's like a book way or a traditional way of like mingling and love and like mingling with others and connecting with others and joy. There's some type of like flip or like a different perspective in that. It could be in religion too. Something about like, and it's so interesting. Okay, I guess if that's what it is, it applies to people. So there's something about like a traditional way of like mingling with others in a traditional way or a traditional way of like mm, celebrating or mingling when it comes to like religion. There's some type of like different outlook on it, perspective on it. What is this combination? King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and the Page of Cups. I just want to read the King of Pentacles for this deck and see. It says generosity, humanity, empathy, prudence, achieving goals with sacrifice, value, realizing intelligence, stability, and guidance. Yeah, I just always see King of Pentacles as somebody who's about their business. They're not about the fluff. They're not mean. They're not nice. They're like just assertive. Um, they're about all about the business, straight to the point, getting things done. Then we have the Ten of Cups, and then we have the Page of Cups. It's giving me that again. It's just the way that your luxury or like you being about business is your business. Like it's about, I feel like you control what, like how happiness or joy, everlasting happiness, joy, and love comes in or is. Like you're the decider of it, you're the creator of it. Some of y'all, it could be a Capricorn, it could be any earth sign, it could be any water sign, it could be a Pisces, maybe a Taurus. I don't know if like you're gonna hear or this could just be the energy of what all this is, right? I don't know if y'all gonna like talk to someone like that, who is any of those signs, or like if they're gonna talk to you, you're gonna hear a message from them or something like that. But like it's like I feel like they say something to you or they invite you to something, maybe out on a date or maybe out on a date and or whatnot, or maybe if they ask you on a date, they ask you to go somewhere like to some type of gathering, or like you just hear this from a person, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like there's people here, but there's something about a message, especially about love or in love. There's something about you as the King of Pentacles get to structure the happiness, the joy around you. There's also something about like work hard, play hard. It's like the whole thing of like because you are the King of Pentacles, you're about your business, you're about every your thing or whatnot. You're strict and all that stuff. It feels like since you are the one that's bringing in like the Ten of Cups or whatnot, it's like you have, it's like you have the freedom to be creative or to create in that way. What happened here with the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles? And it's crazy because the way that is placed, like the Tower is like on top of the Queen of Pentacles, and she's looking up at it. Why do I also feel like there's some type of hidden? I see how she's looking up at it, but like there's some type of hidden thing in here about like I don't know, love romantically a little bit. I'm just kind of trying to go through it and see if it comes. Maybe some of you guys got knocked back or knocked down a peg or something like that. I don't know. Like your structure, I mean, it's saying a little bit the same thing like that. Something about your structure, like got knocked down a little bit, or you got knocked back a little. There's heavy energy in here too, Sagittarius. And there might be something about like a way of life, religion, um, transcendence, and like philosophy or something like that. It's so odd too. It's like I'm just wondering if there's something in the community, your community, or like friendship group or family or something like that. Something in general with society or something where it's like being knocked off a peg, especially when it comes to like religion, maybe your status, maybe a way of things. But like that knock off brings so much like freedom. It's interesting. Like it just the tower happens and then it just opens up a lot, like or whatnot. Like whatever you were in, it feels like something was super structured and strict and disciplined and in here, like you couldn't do anything. And the fact that like it kind of cracked or open or something like that, now like you have more freedom to like and I don't want to even say this because I don't even know if that's correct or not, but it's giving me the whole thing of like maybe if like you've been needing to like fix your car or fix like your house or home or something like that, right? You needed to fix them, but I don't know, like you didn't have the money or you've been like waiting for it, but then something happens where an accident happens, a car accident happens, and it's not your fault. Now the person has to like, pay you and all that stuff, or something happens to your home and like someone has to pay you, whatever. And it's like now it seems like it's bad because it's an accident, something like broke or fell or crumbled or whatnot, but like it it opens up more for you to actually fix that car now, or like to fix that home now, or do that part of the home that you want because of something, some type of accident or something that happened. It's like something broke to like open up everything or whatnot. Could be the heart too. The heart was cracked open for something because we do have the a lot of cups here for the most part that's repeating, besides the major arcana. So it could be something about emotions. Yeah, they're just after like something like tumbled down, broke or cracked or something like that. And I'm gonna say like it may have knocked some people a peg back or something like that, or it like gave something that was broken with it, it gave more room for things to happen, for you to bring in new things, to make things better, to do things that you couldn't do because like it was before the whole crumbling and stuff, it was structured like you have to do it like this, you have to do it like that. But now that like something cracked or whatever, you got this opportunity to I feel like add on more or do more or whatnot, or do what you want, have that room to do more. That's so interesting. I have not been liking that like this has been coming up. Okay. Because it's kind of confusing me. It's not confusing me, but it's kind of like you got to be careful with this type of energy. So it's like expanding. So there's like breaking and breaking, but it's like to expand. But then like they're like, yeah, expand and do what you want, but structure at the same time. So the ending is like freedom and all that stuff, but like structure, and it that's what has been coming up subtly in like I forgot which readings. I do a lot. I'm so sorry. There was one of them from last week or maybe a week before, but I didn't want to say it, but it felt like that. There was something about like, oh yeah, and it was with that too, where it was a subtle, because I don't like to like touch on things that I personally don't experience and I don't go through that I'm not. But there was something subtle about like changing the way that like marriages are, changing the way that like traditional ways of dating, traditional ways of like love, traditional ways of friendship, traditional ways of like life in general, and like something subtly when it came to a little bit about like the LGBT community and like family structure and all that stuff was coming up. I was like, oh, there's something. Um, so there's something about like, and that's where I mentioned the whole Aquarius thing, where it's like, oh, and Aquarius is here too. Okay, yeah, we're gonna be back here. Okay, so it's like I feel like, and I mentioned the whole Aquarius thing because like Aquarius shares Saturn with Capricorn, but Aquarius also has Uranus. Saturn is structured and disciplined and constricting and restricting and strict and all that stuff. But like Aquarius is more like free and future thinking, and open and new or whatnot. So I have both of them. So there's like always, it's not a pull and tug at all. It's a perfect symphony or harmony. There's something here where it's been coming up a little bit about like a new way of something, but it's like a new way of a structure. Whether that's in like, families, how families happen, with marriages and children and all that stuff. Um, for like genders and LGBT and like just in general, it doesn't even have to be LGBT, like I was saying in the other video. It could just be family structures and marriage structures in general. Um, there's things about like something about love too, and the way that like soul families are and families are or whatnot. So there's something coming up here about like that a little bit again. Um, I know what he's talking about, but I don't know what he's talking about because like what's changing? Specifically, what's going on? But yeah, there's something about that and like going forth, like see we had the page of swords and everything, like going forth and with like, swiftness and enthusiasm and all that stuff. But at the same time, and of course, the structured card has a naked woman. But just very unstructured, right? But anyways, it's like making anew and going forth and everything like that, liberation and all that stuff. At the same time, there is the balance of structure. We don't want to ever want to go way off the rocker or way off the scale with anything. You know what I mean? Because when it's too hot, it burns, and when it's too cold, you get burned again, like frostbites. You want it nice in the middle. So it's like the new and everything, like I said, with Aquarius, Uranus, and everything like that. But we also need that structure. Like we can't just go crazy off of like just new, and not have any structure or routine or discipline and stuff, because then things will go chaotic. So there's also something about like structuring it or bringing that in. There's something here about that. Illusion lifted, truth revealed. Okay, what's all of that? Okay. I don't know how that has to do with y'all and your soul family and your friends. Mm, so yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. It's just interesting because it just feels like a little bit like something that also was structure could tumble. Like something just happens where it tumbles or cracks, which gives leeway for more freedom for things to grow or new stuff to come in. And there may be just a lot of chatter, a lot of like, um, how you say it, a lot of like people saying stuff. Maybe you're gonna pick up on people saying stuff. You can be actually talking to someone and they say this stuff, like, or you could be watching something and you seen this stuff happening, all that stuff, okay? And something about joy and happiness and how you mingle with others and celebrate and all that stuff. A little bit of it feels like you're actually gonna see it though. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you're gonna actually see it or something like that. This is crazy. I really feel like this is what is going on here. What the fuck? I want to say something real quick. I don't think it matters, but I do. I've been wanting to say it to people a lot. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are just bandwagoners. Everybody is just a bandwagoner. Everybody. Like, even if they act like they're not, they are. Like, so I don't know. I like listening to the Hood Healer a lot, Imani Cohen. She's on Instagram. And there's just a lot of things I see changing in front of my eyes that other people don't see, which is kind of creepy. That is like, I don't want to say the government or whatever, the one percenters and all, but the energies are trying to bring into the world. And one of them, I'm just gonna like lightly say these things. She was, I think either she was doing the zodiac signs or like she just mentioned Aquarius because it was just like the energy of um that zodiac sign. But she was mentioning that like basically people are gonna start like hopping on the wave of like a certain body structure. Everybody hopped on the wave of like the whole Coke bottle kind of like hourglass type of shape. Like you gotta have big titties, small waist, and fat ass. And like slowly we're gonna start seeing it shift into like not that anymore. People are gonna be wanting to take out their fillers and all that stuff so they can be skinny again. And like I don't know, I was just seeing it in certain people, especially Tyla, who is like um she's also an Aquarius. I was so happy. I was like, yay. Um Kim Kardashian slowly is starting to do that and everything, like the structure of like being slim again. There's just something about that and structuring and the way things are or whatnot and restructuring and all that stuff. I'm just seeing it happen. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about that too. Everybody just be bandwagoning. I don't know how to explain like why like how I'm trying to show y'all that, but it's like a whole thing of like things are the way that they are, and everybody just follows it and don't ask anything, or they want to, but they get too scared because the masses and all this shit are gonna like come and be like, come on them and cancel them and all the bullshit. Um, there's just a lot with that and like structure and bandwagoning and following things. And that's another thing, like I understand because through experiences, I understand why um people say certain things should be a certain way, especially like I understood the Ten Commandments and everything like that. As I started experiencing life myself, I was like, oh, this is why. God was like, nah, this is why like it's better to do this without that. Um, Doesn't mean that everybody needs to or have to follow it. It's better if people do. It's just all of that. It's all of that. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of going on a rant because I feel like it just goes so deep. Oh, and that's what I was thinking too, is the whole thing of like the way that marriage should be, the way that family should be, and people in their different cultures and all that stuff. And there is a reason why certain people had certain traditions and ways of being to keep moving forward and everything like that. But at some point, sometimes it does, somebody else wants to try something different that later down the line, or some people don't even like find like what the structure in the present, they don't find it to really help them or to like really relate to them. So it's like needing to step away from that tradition, that culture, that way of life or whatnot in order to find what really makes you happy or truly joyful and all that stuff. Because I remember also coming up, something came out in one of the readings where it was like, it felt like people from two different cultures or two different races or whatever that were trying to like be, together, but sometimes like cultures clash and all that stuff and traditions crash and all that stuff, but like and I feel like love and all that stuff, like true genuine love gets lost in that and everything like that. So there's needing to like defy the standards of a certain like way of being or tradition or culture if like the clashing happens and the love is lost in that, needing to just follow the love and marry an Asian person, marry a black Muslim person. I don't know. Even if their cultures clash or like they'd be like, oh, we you can't do that because of this and that. If like it comes to a part where like the love is lost or something like that, or true genuine love is not there, like nah. Um Also, the whole LGBT thing. Oh my gosh, and there was another thing on the Hood Healers live one and he was an Aquarius. This is what I'm saying. We're so progressive. This dude was also an Aquarius, and he was gay. He was just saying like I think he was bisexual actually. He was like just explaining like his life and like where he's at now and like what he was gonna do with family structure. That's why I feel like this keeps coming up too. There's something that people are starting to realize about like family structure and like your sexuality, your gender, and all that stuff. Like I said, there is a reason why, because things could get a little bit like gray area and a little bit foggy and weird in that transition and stuff like that. Um, but it can be done in a structured, proper way or whatnot. So that was coming up to the whole thing with family and like um the LGBT a little bit was coming up. Now there's something about like friendship groups and all that stuff. So I'm just wondering about the friendship group. What does that mean? Um, and yeah, I understand why things are a certain way and you can follow that tradition, but if like at some point it gets in the way of what the main thing is supposed to be about, love and true love, genuine love, like unconditional, long lasting, forever, everlasting love. Like, if it's taken away from that, then what's the point anymore? Yeah, there's something, it could, like I said, it could be with religion, it could be with tradition, it could be like the way that, well, your religion, your tradition sees love, friends, mingling. Something about religion and tradition and the mingling with others and friends or love and how you do that, how that's structured. For some of you, you guys are, it's so interesting how they're saying this. Like, you are structured enough. Like, you are structured enough to bring this fulfillment, this joy in, to create this. It's interesting. I said that from one of the stuff too. You are able to like bring this in to create this. You are top. You're on the top tier of being able to do that. And then there's just something, tumbling that happens. But like it's just interesting. I'm telling you, this keeps going to the same thing. It gives like an opening to freedom, to I feel like to restructure things, to create something new, to create new tradition, to create new structure. I wonder what these are gonna say. I can't wait for the cards for tomorrow because I have another deck. I kind of want to see what they're gonna say as well. I didn't want to do three. Some of y'all have like a name on you, like, PhD, MD, or something like that. Because I don't know why I'm getting that too. Like PhD, MD, or something about your reputation. And we are in Capricorn season. Capricorn does represent your reputation, how or whatnot as well. It's very important to Capricorns. Professionalism. Somebody like something about being a doctor, an MD, or like what you call it? People go to school for that to be a pastor and all that stuff. I think you know, you could be doctor, pastor. I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be funny. Um, Something about having a name, like you're a doctor, blah blah blah. You have MD, PhD at the end of your thing. You're a pastor, blah blah blah. Deacon, blah blah blah. Whatever they have with the names for the pastoral stuff too, that there's some type of structure here, something about being put together, but it's like torn down. That is so interesting too. it gets torn down, but it gives you like room, the ability to expand, to choose what you want to do about that. And then like it's like it sparks something in you. There's something about going forth and like what is that? Like meeting people, interacting with people, networking with people, something about seeing what unconditional joy is and all of that stuff. Maybe you had to be a certain way because of like your reputation, the way that things are, and something about it like cracked or crumbled. So that gave you, since that way or whatnot that you had to look or follow or something like that that was structured, like tumbled or something like that, it opened like some type of luck or opportunity, something for you. Maybe for you to even be able to like go and mingle and talk with other people, maybe go to gatherings or something like that, network, um, find true happiness, true joy or something like that. I don't know why the Queen of Pentacles out of all days is stumping me. The Queen of Pentacles today is like stumping me. I don't understand. Because all that comes up is nurture. And then I'm just thinking something about you being bumped down because the King of Pentacles came. Now we have the pink Queen of Pentacles. I don't mean to do the hierarchy thing, but it feels like being bumped down, but it doesn't even feel like you care. Or like that's even like a bad thing. It feels like it opens something up more to something else. It says altruism, generosity, magnificence, security, realism, frankness, courage, and economic enterprises. I mean, same thing that I was thinking it was gonna say. I feel like something about structuring again. Maybe I don't want to say feeling young again. Maybe feeling like you have. I don't want to even say that. Is that hope again, or like you just? I feel like something of being able to structure something again, do something again, or redo something again. Well, you feel like before you were in this position, I feel like where you couldn't really move like that. Now it's like, oh, I can do this now. I can, you thinking about things that you can do, make, something about nurturing, something about what you can bring in together, maybe something that you can bring in together better. I don't know why I'm saying better. Something new you could bring in, or something that you can better that you can bring in, that you can structure together. It's like I don't know what it is with, and it could be mostly with emotions or happiness or your fulfillment, but it's like something. It's like, oh, I can't. I guess you can't do this because of policies, because of who you are, because of like the way you look, because of tradition, because of the way you think. And that thing, like that thing, it, it broke. So you were like, oh, now this is broken. I can do this, this, and that. Like it just opens up that possibility. I don't know if you meet people, like I said, you you talk with people, you network with them or something like that. And it's like seeing or like it's like being in this Three of Cups, Ten of Cups, this unconditional love, this networking and fun and all this stuff. It's like being in it, you could also see that this can be a thing or something like that. It gets you thinking maybe now that you're like not in a certain position anymore, it's like now you have this freedom to restructure or seal in something new. And this is all based off of the Hangman card, children. Um, based all off of the Hangman card, bottom of the deck, summary of the whole thing. And it's only if something flips the your perspective, that's the typical thing they say. Something definitely changes your perspective or flips it. But I feel like it like actually does. It doesn't even energetically just changes like your way of life or things. Like it doesn't energetically just do it. It does it like physically or like in 3D. That's what I'm saying. You might actually like see this like around you, like actually happening. And on top of it, usually watching this right now, Page of Cups is feeling like open to happiness, open to love, open to like even pursue when it comes to love or whatnot. You're creatively open as well. And let's read that one as well for the Page of Cups. I think I did that one. I'm gonna do that one again. The Page of Cups. The Page of Cups says start of a new project, creativity, emotional intelligence, new perspectives, positive event, optimism, romanticism, and intimacy. So yeah, I'm thinking like the creativity part and the positive event and the optimism and all that stuff. Just being open to love again, to happiness again. Maybe some of you guys are gonna put yourself back out there again and like pursue and all that stuff. There's something about I don't know, creatives, y'all have like a whole bunch of things, okay, that y'all into. So it's just not just painting, it's not just content creating, it's not just drawing or writing and on any of that stuff. It's not just that. Like so whatever it is for y'all, there's something here also like a structured way of being or something like that. And that's where I was like, oh, because if you're like a doctor or someone in the healthcare field or a doctor of some kind, or if you're like some type of pastor or something like that, and then I don't know, you like experience something where like it like broke down that thing, that structure of that, and now it gives you room to like explore how you can be a doctor or a pastor or whatever in a different way, but like in a structured way, but in a different way. That's interesting too. That's so interesting. Because I'm not going to do this, but I am. That makes you a true pastor and a true, like, doctor. Because, like, you're not constricting God or love, which I feel like religion, sometimes there needs to be constricting of, like, God and love and stuff because of certain things. I've experienced it. I know why the Ten Commandments were made. But some things, there is some stuff that is too structured or too whatever, whatever, where it's like it doesn't allow the freedom or the God and stuff or something like that. And sometimes, like, religion or like the healthcare field can become too structured or too a certain way where they veer too much far away from like the original purpose of a church, of a religion, of a hospital, and all that stuff. It's to heal people. MFers. Um, not to just get money, not to just, have a name and be praised for it. Um, so it's something like that, and a little bit too. So like I don't know, I'm thinking, but it could be something. Just take how it is for you. If you're a pastor or something like that, like preaching a different way or I don't know, doing something a different way, that is normally structured for a church or for whatever, whatever. If you're a doctor or something like that, maybe getting your own practice or doing something a different way in your own way, because something broke down and now like it gives you like openness to grow or something like that and make some type of new structure. Yeah. Some of y'all is definitely like families, marriages, friendships, society. I feel like how people see you for some of you. Okay, let's do these and then yeah. Oh, Nanshi. I'm gonna do another. I think I'm gonna do another one for that. Scorpio came out, which could kind of make sense. It's the taboo stuff, and its opposite Taurus came out. Something about Blue Lotus. It's giving me this, and I don't know how or why. But Pisces has been kind of popping up in that way. It's the whole thing of like believing you can create something or structure something. If you believe in God, you need to believe that you can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. I'm so sorry. Because I just don't like when it comes out that way sometimes. It comes out weird. One more time. And that's how I like it coming out. Dirty guy. We got a whole bunch of goddesses out here. It says new moon. It's about to come out. It's about to come happen on Wednesday, the new moon. Okay. So the first one we got here that came out from the other deck is Durga. And then the other one that I just pulled out is Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way, Full Moon in Leo. Even though I kind of want to do it again because I'm not gonna do it. 'Cause I don't like the way it came out, but whatever. And also the fact that they both have lions in there from two different decks. I was like, you know what, just keep it, Chanel. Just keep it. Mm, Durga. My energy is worth protecting. My energy is worth protecting. A deeply revered deity in Hinduism, Durga is referred to as the mother goddess. Her name can be translated to fort in relation to her highly protective nature. Durga is often associated with motherhood and is pictured with 8 arms that each holds a symbolic object. Your energy may be feeling drained or fragile, and it is important to protect it. The stories of Durga's fortifying nature are a reminder of how essential it is to remain steady in your boundaries. This doesn't mean that you need to shut everyone out, but rather create conscious relationships with others who will help to lift you up. Determine what values are important to you and search for others who feel the same. Stay vigilant with others who cross your path to be sure that you don't energetically feed them more than you need to. Focus on shifting yourself into your ideal vibration and witness how you attract people who align with the aligned version of you. Journal prompt: how can I energetically replenish myself? Don't let pride, and this is the full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you should, as you would be done by oh my gosh, I'm sorry. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all your relationships. Attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Additional meanings for this card: self esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. A friendship may be ending now. The teaching: when the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. That's the upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it. However, take note that the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of people in your networks. Leo full moon is a time to release pride. That's what I'm saying. I'm just wondering if like this way of thing and this tower and this change and all that stuff, even though like I don't know, you're happy or something about giving a chance to like for you to be free and to change and make some changes and to create something, recreate something new or something like that. Um, Something about it here. I don't know if you were able to do any of that stuff before. Like you weren't able to do that stuff before. On the deck, which is a summary of that, you got the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Top of the deck, you as you watching this right now, you got be bold and make the first move, which is cardinal moon. It's still Capricorn because Capricorn is the cardinal sign. So it's interesting how I feel like I'm getting this whole thing of like y'all being. I feel like y'all were definitely like limited, maybe by like people around you, like who you are. So many people looked up to as a pastor or as a doctor, and you had to uphold certain things, and something towered down, and now you're like, oh, thank effing God, like I don't have to uphold that type of like image or thing anymore. I can just go and do what I feel like is actually love, what God is actually telling me to do, not having to follow these like earthly rules about like what a doctor is and what a pastor is, or what a marriage is supposed to look like, or what a family is supposed to look like, or what a religion, healthcare is supposed to look like. I don't know, something like that. Um, that is kind of getting here, and then something about that gets like trashed anyway. So you're like, oh, it's like a portal or a open way for you to be like, oh, thank God, I can like do this now. I can like make my own way now or whatnot, a new tradition and all that stuff. I don't know why this is bothering me. The way that the that card came out, I don't want to leave it like that. I have a certain way I like the way my cards come out, even though it was a little bit on point. We're doing one more. I guess I should have done 3 decks. I was thinking about doing 3 Oracle decks. I was like, that would be too much. Now I'm doing 3 cards, so I should have just done 3 decks. It's okay. No, we're not doing it like that. We're not doing it. No, we're not doing it like that. I want it to come out perfect. Even that was better. And the card on the moon came back anyway. Be bold and make the first move. It came back anyway, so yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how it's supposed to be, I guess. That's how it's supposed to be. That's very interesting. At the top of the deck, it says bring love into the situation. Yeah, there's something about here too. Like, and it's very interesting it came out like that too a little bit. It's like this, I don't know, when I have my little rant, I'm just talking about like, sure, like structure, and I get why there's the Ten Commandments. I get why there's certain like rules and regulations and laws and things like in the Bible and stuff like that, or different stuff, right? And traditions and religions that are there. I get it. But then there's a part where it gets too off balance, you know, where it kind of starts affecting things not in a good way that it's supposed to. And yeah, it doesn't, it's just something about where it gets too like constricted or strict, um, to where it doesn't like allow the freedom, and dare to say it doesn't really allow the freedom of God or love at some point when it gets too tight and structured, and all that stuff. So that is it or whatnot. I'm not gonna read the Cardinal Moon one. I feel like they're like I said what I said when they did that. Um so that is the reading there. We do have Taurus. We do have Sagittarius. We do have Pisces and Aquarius and Capricorn. Dang. Oh, wow. So, okay, yeah. Taurus, Scorpio, my bad. Aries, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Okay. You could be that sign. That sign could be in chart. That could be anybody around you. It could be the energies of this reading. It could be the planetary placements or whatnot. And the moon is going to be in Taurus, but I don't think there's anything about that. We're currently in the Scorpio moon, the waning crescent moon in Scorpio. It's gonna go into Sagittarius, and then the latter is gonna follow and trickle down into Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. So there might be something from today or from yesterday up until next Monday or next week in general, actually. Dang. There could be things happening all next week. I lied because I'm seeing all of the signs up there. Scorpio through Taurus. So it could be something about like from yesterday up until next Saturday. Because it goes all the way up to the Taurus moon. So it could be something going on those days. It could be something, the other stuff that I said. And I'm just kind of like going through it. Hold on. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of like burst of new, but like transitioning, but then like the old way of things. I quickly got something about indoctrination. Yeah, something about transitioning, like new to old, old to new. I don't know. Between those, some type of transition and like a change. I'm feeling like something about going out of the norm, something about like structure. It's like bursting forward, bursting from structure. Yeah. Something with indoctrination is popping up a little bit. I kind of want to look more into that because it started coming up in the readings a little bit, and I just don't want to keep saying stuff that I haven't really delved into like that because I don't care about it much. 'Cause, but it's coming up, so I'm going to look into it. Mm, yeah, things about change and transformation and transitioning. The in between I was getting to a little bit. There's like an in between and the beginning and the end and the old and the new and all the in betweens that happen between that. And it's all when you flip it upside down or something, when you flip it. But yeah, I feel like this is gonna be so those are the signs, right? Like I said, Taurus, Sagittarius, all that. I said all of them already. I feel like I don't know. They've been saying this like this too. Either it's gonna happen in your own life and you're gonna see it like very clearly, or like you're gonna see it happening like around you, like in society, or you're gonna see it like in social media, or you're gonna see it like on the news or on TV, or whatnot, where they're gonna say this stuff. It might be on the news or the TV because I just got a little confirmation. But maybe like on World Wide Web, like it's showing like this thing, or you could just notice it in your own life. Yeah, that is it for this week's Moon Day deck pull reading. The topic: illusion lifted, truth revealed. It's so much in here that I want to further say, but it's gonna send us down into a rabbit hole for how long, I don't know. But I feel like I see what's going on here. There's a lot of changes happening. And people are gonna be doing the whole, I'm so sorry. I feel like there's gonna be a whole jumping on the bandwagon thing. Like people just don't, just like one of the people I listen to, people really don't be having their own mind or anything or their own thing. They kind of just follow the external, and it's kind of weird. I don't know why I keep thinking about this one meme, like the hood healer. She was like talking about multiple things that like I already intuitively was like noticing going on subtly that people are just letting go over their head because of propaganda and all that stuff. I'm telling you, when she mentioned the whole thing and it was like Aquarius and the way that like, the big booty, the big breast and the small waist has been praised at some point, like um smaller people are gonna be more praised and all this stuff, and it's just a whole thing. And it doesn't even matter about the body thing, right? It does but doesn't. It's more of the whole bandwagoning and the trends and people swaying this way and adding to the propaganda of like, yeah, blah blah. And it's great body positivity and everything, right? Only when it's like done the proper way though, not when it's for propaganda and BS. But yeah, she was mentioning that too. They're gonna want to start taking out their fillers, their butt fillers, their lip fillers, their titty implants, and they're all gonna want to go natural and skinny again because it's gonna be the thing. And I subtly started seeing it with Tyla, and she's an Aquarius. I subtly been seeing it with certain other people. I mean, they've been in the game, but like it's starting to slowly come out. I don't want to really like mention a lot of celebrities and stuff like that because I hate like bringing that to my channel, to be honest. There are a couple other people, I ain't gonna go into it and all that stuff, that I've noticed certain things. I'm like, uh-huh, propaganda, doing it for the clout. Anyways, but yeah, that is it for this week's Moon Day Deadpool reading. The topic: illusion lifted, truth revealed. I'm so sorry. Every time I read it, I just get a flash of like what it is. Um, I can't go into it. It's gonna be a lot, too much right now. But yeah, that is it for this week's Moon Day Deadpool reading. The topic: illusion lifted, truth revealed. If you would like a personal reading, you can visit my Linktree or you can email me to set up a day and time. They both will be in the description box for you to see. Like, comment, share, subscribe. That's very much appreciated and it's helpful. Peace out, y'all. And Candace was asking if she can ask a question. I don't know if you're on here. I don't know what kind of question it is. If it's a tarot question, you can email me. You can visit my Linktree to set up a day and time. They're both in my description box for you to see. I also do $7 live tarot readings here and there. I'm probably going to do it tomorrow and for the rest of the week whenever I can. I still don't know how, no, don't know when and like how, but sometimes I will do like those readings where I'll just come on and do, anybody who wants to come on and get a reading, a quick one, I'll do it for free. But right now it is, if you book one with me, or $7 readings. So not right now, Candace, unless it's like a quick question. But yeah, I thought you were still on here though. But peace out, y'all. Have a great day. Bye.